chapter entitled Contents of Gita Summarized. Is number 4 today? I was told number 4. Is it? Yes, number 4 then. Okay. Char. Ek do teen. Char. So, please repeat. Arjuna Vacha Katam Bhishmam Aham Sankhe Dronam Cha Madhusudana Ishubi Pratiyokshame Yami. Yeah. Pujatha Vari Sudana. Pujatha Vari Sudana. Sorry. Yeah, okay, that's a big long word there, you see. So Arjuna Vacha Katam Vishmaham Sankye Dronam Cha Madhusudana Ishubi Prati Yokshami Puja Varisudana. Okay, go ahead. Okay, please repeat. Arjuna Vacha. Arjuna said, Katam, how? Bhishmam, Bhishma, Aham, I, Sankhye, in the fight, Dronam, Drona, Cha, also, Madhusudana, O killer of Madhu, Ishubi, with arrows, Pratiyokshami, shall counterattack. Puja those who are worshipable, Parisudana, O killer of enemies, the enemies. So thank you. So translation, Srila Prabhupada. Translation, Srila Prabhupada. Arjuna said, O killer of enemies, O killer of Madhu, how can I counteract with arrows in battle men like Bhishma and Drona, who are worthy of my worship? Please repeat. Arjuna said, O killer of enemies, O killer of Madhu, how can I counterattack with arrows in battle men like Bhishma and Drona, who are worthy of my worship? Purport Srila Prabhupada. Respectable superiors like Bhishma, the grandfather, and Dronacharya, the teacher, are always worshipable. Even if they attack, they should not be counterattacked. It is general etiquette that superiors are not to be offered even a verbal fight. Even if they are sometimes harsh in behavior, they should not be harshly treated. Then how is it possible for Arjuna to counterattack them? Would Krishna ever attack his own grandfather, Ugrasena, or his teacher, Sandipani Muni? These were some of the arguments offered by Arjuna to Krishna. Yes. Mukam karoji vachalam pangam laite kripa tamaham pande Sri Guru Ditarinam Katha Bhishmamaham Sankhye Dronam cha Madhisudana Ishubi Pratiyokshami Pujatavari Sudana. Arjuna said, O killer of the enemies, O killer of Madhu, how can I counterattack with arrows in battle men like Bhishma and Drona, who are worthy of my worship? So this is very dramatic. Huh? We sometimes are always studying much philosophy. You're not the body, we're spirit, soul, and so on and so forth, three modes of material nature. But we should never lose sight of the dramatic situation. This is in the middle of millions of uh, battle, uh, battle formations. And Prabhupada says, I remember one lecture, Prabhupada conversation also, he's saying that people came from all over the world because the seat of governance of Bharatvash, of extended Bharatvash, was what is called India today. And so Prabhupada made the point in saying that they had ships and everything in those days. They traveled the oceans. They knew everything. Because the modern scholars, they like to think, oh, writing was invented in Sumeria, right? They like to dismiss everything east of which is study Sumeria, and they have that cuneiform. You know, they used to press shapes into clay tablets and bake them, and they were receipts and writings. So these foolish people, they will not pay attention to the Vedas, which were written down by Vedavyas 5,000 years ago, and they were extant in human society for millions of years prior. But it's very convenient to dismiss that and say, oh, everything started in Sumeria, and that this and that and this and that. And actually, they even said, if you have read articles, they even say that at the beginning they used to say that the stories of Krishna uh, and Kamsa and Putana and so on, and killing so many babies and all that, that was taken by the Hindus from the Christian story. Because in the Christian story, you know, there was many babies killed when Jesus came. But then archaeologists said, no, that's nonsense. So they quietly dropped that. They quietly dropped that idea. And also, we don't want to go down this avenue too long, but it's interesting. The Christian religion, which was called Roman Catholicism, because it was pushed by the Roman Empire, that was based on meetings that they had in 325 Christian era. And there is many scholars, but they're not broadcast, that they say they combined the idea of a pagan god, Ishush, with the stories of and the name of Krishna. So Jesus Christ is a combination, many scholars say, of this pagan local god with the idea of Krishna. That's how they got the name Christ. So anyway, those stories are there. This is scholars. I've read this myself. It's very easy. Also, there was in the 1700s, I downloaded the books. There was one scholar, Higgs, 1700s. He wrote books, Anacaleptica. That might not be the proper pronunciation, 1 and 2. And in those books, he explained, because in that Levant, what we call Middle East now, there's in Sumeria, in Baghdad, and all those areas, and many tribal areas, they were into animal and human sacrifice. You know, the Lamb of God and sacrificing the Son and so on. We won't go into too much detail, but you know about it. So he, a great scholar, a British guy, in 1700s, mind you, he explained that there is so much evidence that there was a deviant Kali sect in South India, in the Madras area, Mahabalipuram, Kanchipuram, Shivapuram, and they were performing animal and human sacrifice to Kali. And the local Kshatriyas, they couldn't tolerate it, so they threw them out of South India, Madras area, Mahabalipuram, Kanchipuram, and then they migrated to the Levant, Middle East, and there they developed their Tamasic religion of worshipping ghosts and spirits by animal and human sacrifice. And in Africa, they call it black magic. And they have a more sophisticated form. And so this is going on even today, thousands of years later, animal and human sacrifice. And then you also said other things, interesting things, that, anyway, we won't go into a history lesson, but then there was a counter against that because it was covering religious sentiment. Religious sentiment means that everything is done for the Supreme, not blood and human sacrifices done for ghostly beings. Yanti Bhuteja, Bhuteja. You know these 4 types: worship of Krishna, worship of Devas, worship of deities, worship of... So those things are there in the scholarly world. So Prabhupada was making that point, that this is a very dramatic scene from all over the world. Kshatriyas were coming. And they were mainly on the side of Duryodhana. Because after the Bhagavad Gita, then Yudhisthira approached Bhishma. He walked across the middle of the battlefield and he took permission. He said, look, I'm going to have to fight with you, but you're my superior, just like Arjuna is quoting here. So I must take permission from you. I must take permission from Dronacharya. So Bhishma said, yes, you have my permission. And you are blessed. And the idea was that, and Bhishma said, he said, actually, your cause is just and you should be victorious. But a man is not controller of wealth. He is the servant of wealth. He's the servant of money. When you have money, you have to protect it from the taxman, inflation, this and that. You have to serve the money. So it is said like that we're all servants of the wealth we have, but wealth is the servant of no one. because servant wealth is actually an extension of Lakshmi Devi. So there's Praveen, right? You've worked in the banking sector. So every day you have to watch the stock market here, there. We're servants of wealth. We're not the master of wealth. So that's what Bhishma said. So it's very interesting, all these points. So Bhishma said that I should be on your side, you're just. But this is very interesting. I don't want to go down this avenue too long, but another interesting point is in Ramalila, before the battle there, Ram and Ravana, Vibhishana came to Ram and he said, "Oh Ram, I cannot support my brother Ravana anymore. The way he's treating Sita Devi, such a wonderful lady, is breaking my heart. So I've come to surrender to you, and you can do with me as you please." So he was being supported by Ravana, of course, but he could not take the treatment of Sita Devi. That was beyond faithfulness to money, because Sita Devi is Lakshmi Devi also. So it's a very interesting contemplation. So Ram embraced Vibhishan and he said, "It is my promise, Vibhishan, that anyone that comes to me with a sincere heart and says, 'I surrender to you, Ram. I surrender to you, my Lord Chaitanya, to Krishna,' then I will, from that day," and says, it's in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, and just says, "Krishna, tomorrow, I belong to you," then I will take care of that person. If you surrender to me, then it is my eternal promise that I will protect you. So that is the Supreme Lord, not considering family or situation or this and that. Just come with a sincere heart. Sharanam aham sarvasya prabhu. What is it? Sarvadharma prajaja. Just surrender to me with a good heart, and I will protect you. I will take you as mine. I am yours, therefore you are mine, and you shall get protection. So the material world is constructed like that we become uh, disenamored with the material energy and its good offerings, because if we have any clarity of we thought this is all temporary, and there are so many tensions and inebrities, but people pursue because of a lack of knowledge. But Lord Chaitanya has come and he said, chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And that will awaken your Dharma, your Jaiva Dharma, your Anand. So he's just giving the open check, talking about Lakshmi Deva and so on. Lord Chaitanya has just given that. So anyway, to return to this verse here, it's very interesting because Arjuna is maybe being a little ironic or diplomatic. But you're the killer of enemies, you're the killer of Madhu, so how I can kill Bhishma and Drona? You killed Madhusudan, okay, he's an asura. You're the killer of your enemies, in Vrindavan, Bhutanar and Balaram polished off Pralambasura. You're killing demon. Yes, but these are great personalities, Bhishma and Drona. And earlier in the end of the first chapter, he says, basically, what does he say? He says, if these people are destroyed, then social etiquette, social structure will also be destroyed. The women will be unprotected. Varna Shankara will appear, collapse of society, and I'll be responsible. So it sounds very good. But those arguments which Arjuna is repeating here is condemned by Krishna or put aside. Verse number 1, Sanjaya said, seeing Arjuna full of compassion, his mind depressed, his eyes full of tears. This is very dramatic. Madhusudan, Krishna, again, Madhusudan is being mentioned here. It's very interesting. Spoke the following words. So he didn't, let's see what Krishna says. My dear Arjuna, how have these impurities come upon you? They are not at all befitting a man who knows the value of life. They lead not to higher planets, but to infamy. Why? Because your duty, Arjuna, transcends your mundane morality. Your duty is to your brother, your family. Duryodhana has been the poison cake in so many ways. He tried to kill the Pandavas. He is not a good person. Actually, we know from he is expansion of Kali Yuga. Very interesting. At the beginning of Bhagavatam, Kali appears as a black man dressed as a king, beating Dharma. And what do we see nowadays? What do we see all over the world? So, mundane sentimentality does not cancel that. Sometimes, like a doctor, he has to cut out the swelling, the infection. So Duryodhana is not fit to be king. Yes, so you will not get higher planets in this way. O son of Pritha, do not yield to this degrading impotence. The big Kshatriya being called impotent is a real button push, right? I'm a Kshatriya. You're talking to me? Yes, but you're impotent. So this is Krishna. He's not holding back. It does not become you. You're a Kshatriya. Give up such petty weakness of heart and arise, O chastiser of the enemy. And then we come to today's verse, right? So then, number 5, well, we'll read number 4 just to get the flow. Oh, killer of enemies, oh, killer of Madhu, this is Arjuna's response. Same point. How can I counterattack with arrows in battle men with Bhishma and Drona who are worthy of my worship? It would be better, and then even more dramatic. It would be better to live in this world by begging than to live at the cost of the lives of great souls who are my teachers. Even though desiring worldly gain, they are superiors. And if they are killed, everything we enjoy will be tainted with blood. Nor do we know which is better, conquering them or being conquered by them. That's a real question, isn't it? He's even thinking maybe it will be less sinful if I'm conquered by them than if I kill them and conquer them. Now that's a really confused thought, huh? Which is better, conquering them or being conquered by them? If we kill the sons of Dhritarashtra, the Kurus, his cousins, we should not care to live. Yet they are now standing before us on the battlefield. And then the famous verse, now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. So he's starting to see Krishna's point. I'm weak. I'm not really standing for the right cause as a Kshatriya, which is my higher duty than mundane morality. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple. Shishasteham sadimam from prapadyam, and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. But then he throws in another verse. I can find no means to drive away this grief, which is drying up my senses. I will not be able to dispel it, even if I win a prosperous, unrivaled kingdom on earth, with sovereignty like the demigods in heaven. So he's a good talker. There's no doubt about it. But we shouldn't. We should understand the drama of the moment. Huh? But I, this is very interesting. This has gone back and forward. Arjuna's being given all this morality, and you shouldn't, I can't do this. And Krishna said, so what will, but this is the real point. Shishas teham sadimam tvam prapadnyam. I surrender to you. Now I'm your Shisha. So Shisha means the receiver of Shiksha. That's the essence of Guruship, to give Shiksha. Different types of gurus, but the whole center of guru-disciple relationship is Shiksha. So, in the Vedanta Sutra, there is one verse, Tarkena apratishta. Tarka means argumentation, tarka, arguing back and forward. Apratishta. It means, that's a sutra, it means you cannot gain the absolute truth, realization of the absolute truth, just by tarkena, by debate with a superior or a peer group. You cannot get realization by argumentation. But so Arjuna here is exemplifying something very important. We know the verse, right? You're all experts. Atak Shri Krishna Namadi that the absolute truth is beyond the mind and senses, the conditioned mind and senses. It's transcendental. Jivado Spuryada. By engaging the tongue, this is Rupa Goswami, by chanting now in Kali Yuga, then Spuryada, it becomes manifest. The absolute truth becomes manifest to that person who performs yajna, right? We know manmana bhavamad bhakto madhyaji. So we are performing, at least myself, we're sadhakas, we're performing yajna. Shravanam, you're hearing, that's your yajna. The sages at Namasharanya, they said to Sutta Goswami, we see Kali Yuga appearing, so we're gathered here to perform yajna. We want to hear from you about the conversation between Parikshit Maharaj and Parikshit Maharaj and Sukadev. Yes, and Sukadev. So they are performing yajna. Kirtan. I'm performing, try to describe Krishna. This is kirtan. But I'm not doing it for a material purpose. It's a yajna. It's an offering. You see? Manmana Bhavamad Bhakto Madhyaji. That means worship. Talking about worship, Arjuna. I'm worshipping Krishna by yajna, by offering it to Krishna. Then Smaranam, we are remembering the name, form, qualities, pastimes of Krishna, but not so that we can get bliss. We're doing it as yajna, just like Lord Brahma. He awoke to consciousness, and then he heard the word. He was sitting on the lotus. Tapa. Tapa is the basis of yajna. And then above that is devotional attitude, yajna. So sometimes people say, oh, I'm not feeling any bliss. I don't like offering pomegranates because it's so difficult. Does you think Mother Yashoda thinks that offering Krishna pomegranates is difficult? You have to cut them. You have to take all the little pieces out. No, Mother Yashoda, she's in prem bhav. Oh, any difficulty, I will do. So she is spontaneously serving Krishna with prem and bhakti. Huh? But at least myself, as sadhaka, I have to think, I'm preparing pomegranates and peeling and taking apart all the white stuff. That is my yajna. This is part of my offering. I'm not thinking, oh, I like pomegranate, but it's a lot of job to get it out and offer it. That means I'm still on the material plane. I'm not acting as yaki. I'm not thinking, huh? I wake up in the morning and I think, oh, I'm going to take bath. No. Devotee sadhaka wakes up in the morning and they think, oh, I'll take bath now as yajna, padasevanam. I will chant Gayatri, smaranam, as yajna, as an offering. Archanam, yajna. Vandanam, reciting Brahma Samhita. It is my yajna. Dashabhav, that's different from Dasarat. Mood of service. I will become the servant of the Murti. That is my yajna. Sankhya, I will surrender in friendship. Atmani Vedanam. It's all my yajna. It's all my offering. So that is the sadhaka. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena. So the buddhi yoga for the sadhaka, he has to use intelligence. This is what Guru Dev, this is what Acharyas, this is what Shastra says. I should act as yajna. My tapasya is the basis of my yajna. So this is very important. So Arjuna is not thinking like that. That's his mistake. He's thinking, this is inconvenient for me. I have to get up for Mangalarti. Oh, I'm tired. No, of course, we should sleep well and be healthy, but we should perform everything. Manmana Bhava Madmato Majaji is my offering to Gurudev. It's my offering to Acharyas. It's offering to Sad Goswami, Gaur Nitai. It's my offering to Radha Krishna. I'm offering my tapasya. Tapasya is the basis. And then I'm trying to do something in accordance with Bhakti Marg in offering. Then, with that seva bhav, we are entering the spiritual world. Arjuna is in confusion. He's in the material world. He's thinking, what's good for me? So we have maybe been 6,000 lifetimes or more calculating everything. What's good for me? What's good for me? But when we come to bhakti, that conditioning or that attitude may continue. And we may think, oh, what's good for me? I'll chant Hare Krishna and I'll be happy. Right? Sometimes chant and be happy. No, what did Lord Chaitanya teach? Nayanam Gladish Haraya. Vipralamba Seva Bhav. I am offering everything to you, Krishna. At the 18th chapter, at the beginning, Arjuna asked Krishna, Krishna, what is sannyas? What is vairag? Because we hear sannyas and all that. Krishna explains, vairag means you perform activities without attachment to the fruit. I'm doing something now, but I'm considering I'll get it back. I'll get some fruit. This is karmavat. I'll get some result. Arjuna's thinking like that. There'll be a fruit. Is it good for me to be conquered or not conquered? Huh? That is the material conception. I perform karma, work, even dharma, and I'm thinking, this is good for me. I'll go to the heavenly planets. But that is not bhakti yoga. That is not bhakti yoga. So then what is sannyas? Krishna explains. Krishna says that sannyas means to perform activities without material motivation. That means you're performing activities with spiritual motivation. Understand? Yagya. Manmana Jaji. Also, if you read Pancha Samskar, 5 elements of Vaishnav Diksha by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Yagi is number 5. The other 4, what are the 4? Tilak, no, Tapa, Tilak, Nam, Mantra, Yagi. Those 5 things, those 5 elements. We can discuss it more when we have time. But those are the, Yagi is the whole point of Vaishnav Dharma. I am doing it, not considering I'll go to Golok or I'll get this or that. We may hear those things as an inspirational idea, but our idea is I'm doing it as yajna. Let Krishna decide. Like Bibhishan. Oh, Ram, you can do with me as you decide. But if we have as sadhakas, at least myself, maybe you're all Paramahamsas, Paramahansa is just spontaneously serving all the residents of Vrindavan. They don't think philosophy. They just have prem bhav. They're serving unlimitedly. But we as sadhakas, or at least myself as a sadhaka, I have to buddhi yogam. I have to understand philosophically the right attitude in my bhakti practice, in my bhakti. And that is yagi. I'm chanting for the pleasure of Prabhupada, for the pleasure of Acharyas, for the pleasure of Gauritai. It's my offering, right? Offering isn't just ghee and grains in the fire. Everything is yagi for the devotee because he is performing tapasya. Anything that is not favorable, right? 6 symptoms of surrender. Accept favorable things, disregard unfavorable things. Always consider Krishna will maintain, Krishna will protect. Number 5, have no separate interest in the Lord. And number 6, offer everything with love and attention to the Supreme Lord. So those symptoms we have to cultivate philosophically in our period of bhakti. And it's very simple, really. You don't need to know much philosophy. You just have to understand I'm doing everything in according to Vaishnav Dharma, and I'm offering everything. And I'm not thinking, should I get bliss or should I get liberation or should I get this or that? And that is following in the footsteps of the residents of Vrindavan, like we say. The residents of Vrindavan, they have prem bhav. They're always thinking, what is good for Krishna? What is good for Mother Yashoda? They're never concerned with their own self. So in the period of sadhana, we follow in the footsteps, and that is our seva bhav. And by that, we touch the spiritual platform, and then swayam eva spuryada. By the service attitude, it comes. So this is what Arjuna is coming to this point now. I'm your Shishya Krishna. I'm not going to Tarkane. I'm not going to argue with any man confused about my duty. So in this chapter, Krishna first says, look, you're thinking about these material things, but you must think about spirit. You're not the body. Nobody's going to die. And this is my plan. I want you to steer on the throne, and you can be an instrument. So he's telling Arjuna, develop seva bhav. Do your duty as a Kshatriya as seva, according to my desire. But you have a choice. But at the end, Arjuna says, Krishna Tavavachana. I'm ready to act according to your instructions. Because the spiritual knowledge purifies Arjuna. And he thinks, yes, the only thing that I should be concerned with is serving, surrendering to Sri Krishna, my abilities. That is bhakti. So, in between that first, second chapter, and the last, is all the philosophy to bring Arjuna, to purify Arjuna's thoughts. But this is the essence that uh, whatever our abilities, whatever we have, we should employ it in service of Sri Guru Gauranga Radha Krishna. You understand? And that Seva Bhav will take us to the lotus feet of Sri Sri Gaurnitai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, any questions? I told somebody at the back he must ask a question. Yes, go ahead. Speak louder. Hare Krishna. Yeah, they're all the arguments, Arjuna, but they're all material. So Krishna explains you're not the body. That's the first point. Nobody's going to die. You're a spirit soul. It's eternal. What's the nature of that soul? Angsa, Angsa of Krishna. Jivara Swarupa Nityaya Krishna. Your nature is to be a servant of the Supreme, Arjuna. And then Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem. That is also an eternal part of your nature. Sadhakavanai, you have Prem, dormant, just like a child. Prabhupada gives the example. An infant child cannot walk, but it has the ability to walk. The parents hold its hands and it learns to walk. So Guru is like that. We have Prem, we have our relationship, we have our Spirit, we are answer of Krishna. The Guru helps us. And we have Swarup. What does the Ishopanishad say at the beginning? Om Purnamada Purnat Purnat Shite Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. That yes, there may be so much confusion in the world nowadays, but we should understand that we are perfect and complete. Huh? The absolute truth is perfect and complete, and thereby all emanations from the absolute truth are perfectly equipped as complete wholes. That means we have Swarup, we have Prem inbuilt. This is where the Apasampradayas in the Vaishnava area fault. They think the Guru is giving Swarup, Guru is giving Prem. No, that is there, perfect and complete. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem. Your Swarup is there. You are, what is it? Jivara Swarupa Nichara Krishna Das. You are eternal. It's there, but it's dormant. Sadhu Kabanai. Everything is there. That's what the Apasampradayas do not understand. How will it awaken? Swarup Nichara, like I say in the class, by Seva Bhav. Huh? So, of course, you're all experienced devotees, but so we should really understand that. Yes, I'll do everything is yajna. And then we become motivated, whatever our situation is, right? Because sometimes we leave material life and well, in material life, I was working hard, very busy, keeping the family together and so on and so forth. Now I'm chanting Hare Krishna. What's my motivation? You know, I'm chanting mechanically, not getting any rasa. Perform yajna with your chanting. Huh? Perform tapasya. Give up unacceptable things that can't be offered in yajna. Patram pushpam phalam. Offer foodstuffs, take foodstuffs that are offerable. You see my point? Does this answer your question? And we don't become deflected by mundane morality and this and that. We keep the priority. In this lifetime, I have to stay with sadhus. They will encourage me. And I have to give up pap, and I have to give up aparad. And then I will become nishta. Four uppers, Bhakti Vinod puts it four ways, the anathas. He says, first one is Swarupya apraptya. It means that you don't know anything about your Swarup. You don't have spiritual knowledge, the nature of the soul. The soul is perfect and complete. It has prem, it has Swarup. You don't know that. You don't understand spiritual sambandhya. Second one is asatrista. Because you don't know that you're a spiritual being, you're still hankering for material things. This is what you're talking about. Oh, I'm not. But if you're philosophically, like Krishna tells Arjuna, your spirit soul, then Arjuna sees a satrista and mundane morality must be discarded because I'm spirit soul. And then number three is aparad. Huh? Aparad is what? Dhamma aparad, Nama aparad, Seva aparad, and Vaishnava aparad. They should be given up. They're increasing seriousness. So we should give up aparad and pap and aparad. We should be pure in our activity. And then number four is Hrida Abalyam. This is what you're talking about. Hrida Abalyam. We have to be Hrida, in the heart, Abalyam. No fixation, not Drida Vrata. Weak-mindedness, petty weakness of heart. You understand? We have to think, yes, like Govinda. Okay, 6,000 lifetimes, I'll see Lord Chaitanya, no problem. We have to think like that. I'm going to be a hero for my spiritual master. I'm going to make steps towards perfection. I'm fixed. How? Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Sava Shastra, Sadhu Sangha. You must stay with devotees. Prabhupada said that we have made ISKCON so the sadhus can associate. And then you go back to Godhead very easily. And if you realize that, if you realize you have prem, you have swarup, you have dasya bhav in the heart, in the soul, then you have everything in your hand, right? You don't have to go here. You don't have a silly pranali here or that. You have everything. You just have to have Valium. You have to be strong. Give up this petty weakness of heart, Arjuna. Stop being impotent. So we have to think like that. And it doesn't matter, oh, I'm this, I'm in this position, I'm a man, I'm old, I'm young, I'm poor, I'm this, I'm not smart. No. Start from the position you are at and walk forward. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step, right? And that means determination. You see? So if you have determination, Krishna reciprocates, right? You don't have to be any material, just like we said in the beginning. Ram said to Bibhishan, Ram said, if you surrender to me, Bibhishan, then you are mine and I am yours. You are never lost to me, and I will be never lost to you. Huh? So you just have to have that. Yes, I'm going to go for it. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And by the grace of Gaunitai, I'll be successful. Right? We can think like that. Right? So thank you all. Any quick question? Does that satisfy your inquiry, Prabhu? Yes. Yes. So just meditate on, ah, I'm going to go back home, back to Godhead. I was just remembering the other day, because Prabhupada's appearance today, when I joined the temple, um, the fourth canto was just coming out. And everyone in the temple, we didn't have much philosophy, but we all loved Prabhupada. And the classes were very simple. Follow regulative principles, serve Prabhupada, and chant Hare Krishna, and you'll go back home, back to Godhead, and live eternally with Krishna. That was what we knew, and that's basically everything. Just serve disciplic succession, chant Hare Krishna, do a little service according to capacity, and go back home, back to Godhead. You have everything, you're fully equipped, right? You're fully equipped. You have Prem in the heart. You have Swarup, it's there. Everything is there. You just chant Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. So thank you all very much indeed. Please come next Friday.